Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Percival, or Scuffed Gaming, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. This is just moments after our absolutely crazy run. Let me go ahead and close my... Yeah, that's fine, actually. Just after our crazy run, where we were playing base Isaac with Damocles, we took Damocles, and at the very end, we traded with the Lamb, and ended up coming out on top, so... Started hopefully a more instructive run as well. We'll be playing Judas. Judas is a very... was the classic high skill ceiling character that was all about having 1 HP out of damage. There's not really too much more to explain to Judas other than that. Judas starts out with a lot of damage. Judas starts out with the Book of Belial. The Book of Belial is going to push our damage even further into the world of OP. As early as floor 1 you can have this extremely strong 8.71 with a pretty, decent tier rate. Maybe not the most crazy tier rate, but some people may ask, what's the strategy with Judas? Well, the strategy with Judas is to try to protect your angel deal, because you simply do not have the HP for devil deals most of the time. And just play smart. Play with good positioning. Hope that you get a Tears Up to supplement your absolutely insane amount of damage. Obviously our item room is Decap Attack, which we will not take because we do not like Decap Attack. Decap Attack is not phenomenal. Mr. Me. Let's buy this card. I actually don't remember what the Empress card does, so I'm going to Alt-Tab really quick and find that out. Gains 2 temporary red heart containers and plus 1.35 tears for 1 minute alongside with Magdalene's hairstyle. Characters that can't have red hearts, they get souls or black or bone accordingly. Okay. So actually we could eventually take that into the devil deal if we wanted to play it really risky and insist on a devil deal, basically. Will we? No, we probably shouldn't. But not a pickup for us, of course. It gives us the option. Dead's Coin will give us a look up. We'll head on down. Now we're perpetually one champion shot away from death as this character. All it takes is one champion to hit us and we will die. So against champions we have to play with extra caution. Against anything that drops bombs we have to take extra caution. Like Wrath. Wrath is not what we wanted to see in this room. Yeah, that Damocles run was really one of my favorites. I absolutely adored that run. It was definitely a real clincher. We'll pick that up later. We immediately started to have to book and get out of there as fast as possible so that we did not succumb to whatever they had to throw at us. And of course, it did ultimately come down to whether or not Guppy's Collar procced or not, because we lost against the Lamb, essentially. The Lamb killed us. Technically we killed each other, but... Tomato, tomato, you know. If we were fighting Isaac, the run would have potentially, or if we were fighting Mega Satan, we would have ended right there because the game just would have auto-closed. We'll take Brainworm. Brainworm is good. Brainworm is going to give us pseudo homing. the tiers are going to curve, as you can see, into our targets. Hopefully you can find a soul heart, and we do. I'm kind of habitually bombing the donation machine now, but we'll put more money in later. And I think now there is a case to be made for taking a devil deal. You know, because Judas can kind of take off with any sort of help from the items that we get. Now we might be able to even afford, might even be able to afford membership card here. I'll even go as far as to go back and take this Eternal Heart now. Just a couple of pennies would be nice. It's not likely, but hey. Do it anyway. We'll do it anyway, folks. Now, do we want to bomb one of these chests and hope for some money? I think so. Judgment? Not good enough. What an odd Larry Jr. fight. Marbles. Alright, let's see what we got. Go ahead. Go ahead and Eye of Belial. We could take both of these, and I don't see why not. I'll take Go Ahead. Take Eye of Belial. Now, the secret room. Yeah, one guess for the secret room. We did it. And yeah. Alright, well, we say goodbye to the possibility of membership card. We buy a key, and we head on down. Potentially a huge floor for us. Eternal Heart gives us an HP. Marbles was going to drop those trinkets, and then now every time we get hit, we have a chance to gulp our trinket, which is going to be the brainworm. Now you may notice something odd happening with our tears. What's happening with our tears is every time we shoot an enemy, Eye of Belial is making it pierce through them and come back with homing. Now, of course, because we already have homing, Eye of Belial is extremely strong. You know, because Eye of Belial is working with Brainworm to make the enemies get hit over and over and over again. Just kind of stood there and got hit by that one. I have no excuses for that one, folks. Sometimes you just get hit. And it's going to be Lust. Okay. With any luck, we'll see some more soul hearts or even just flat out red HP so that we can afford the assured devil deals that we will get because of Goat Head. Possibly even some help from the secret room or the store, since we have a lot of money and could therefore afford to go into the store and buy premium items. Yeah, so I'm a really big fan of Eye of Belial. I think Eye of Belial is an underrated item that people take for granted. It has the tendency to kill enemies that spawn from within other enemies, kind of like that. Which we obviously owe in part to Rainworm. Good Judas items and trinkets are perpetual HP increases like the Satanic Bible, regular old HP upgrades like Crackjacks, and it's the Mark. We'll take the Mark. The Mark giving us an excellent speed up as well, which we'll take. Damage and speed, yes please. Rainworm is sort of trivializing these rooms. The Mark was really one of the best items that we could have gotten. The Mark gave us an HP and a speed up and a damage up. The only one that would have probably been better would have been the Pact. The Pact is probably one of the best items we could hope for. We'll get a Tears Up with the Screw. We're not going to take Little Portal because Little Portal, in my opinion, is medium. Sometimes it's not helpful because it will eat the pickups and items that we want, like bombs. You know, we want bombs, we don't want Little Portal taking them from us. Take more options, take a Soul Heart. And suddenly this run is shaping up. You know, it looks like a good run. Might even be able to make boss rush, who knows? Nope. You know, and it feels really good when you can outgun these caves enemies because you don't have to worry so much about getting trapped in weird corners. Like the caves in the depths, especially the caves, feels like it's about positioning. They have these really strange rooms that half cover the room and have a bunch of holes in the floor. You can't really see them quite right. They have a bunch of these obstacles in the middle of the room. So being able to walk in and just immediately shoot down and kill enemies takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. Scissors, no thank you. We'll just fight the boss. Double Ragman. Ridiculous damage coming in. Damage and the range. Our double deal is the nail. Okay. So now this is where we abandon the Book of Belial. And the reason why is quite simple. The nail is going to do essentially more or less what the Book of Belial did for us, except it is also going to generate a half a soul heart every time that we use it. Now it's not a lot, no, so don't get it twisted, it's not a lot, but if we could play properly, we can slowly accumulate HP. I don't think we can risk getting killed by a boss. Now we obviously have to play very carefully. And have some faith and confidence that we can do that. So that we can get these 2.0 damage up from Curved Horn. Is it worth it? The classic damage versus homing conundrum. I'm actually going to stick with homing. So I think over the long term, homing is going to prove to just be stronger in so many different ways. We're really hoping to get some help there. Alright, well. We have a big decision to make. We can go into this boss trap room and pick up the tears up and fight 2 caves bosses. And actually, I say we do it. It's gonna be Rag Mega. Down. It's gonna be Big Horn. Definitely not the kind of boss you want to be fighting in one of these tiny rooms, but hey. I wouldn't say we were exactly strapped for tears, but we will eventually be strapped for tears. Take them down, take our 2 charges, we're gonna get out of here. Unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Curved Horn, which was a significant damage up. But we're okay. Surviving to get more HP is the name of the game right now. So we have to do these rooms more or less perfectly in order to retain parity with or in order to give us the opportunity to use the nail multiple times. You know, we could do that. Aya Belial and Brainworm are going to do a fantastic job providing us with the CC and the raw damage, consistent damage to do the job. Let's die at Long Legs. It's a good item. That did hit us. It's unfortunate. We'll take Ghost Baby. We're 1 away from Conjoined. You want to hug those walls, because the Spike Rocks will essentially reach out and hit you. They're really, really finicky creatures, those Spike Rocks. A little bit sad that Marbles hasn't gulped our Brainworm just yet, because really we passed up some pretty good trinkets. Yeah, let's not forget that Aya Belial gives us piercing, which we can use to ignore things like knights, knightheads, all sorts of enemies. We could just punch through them. Sure, this is a fair room. But we can't afford a soul heart now, so we'll go back up. If you ever spawn in a room and you want to crack the skulls and not worry about the enemies, you know, what you should do is you should really just leave the room. If the room is cleared, then just leave the room. Buy a soul heart. Any HP help that we can get at this point is worth the trouble. We are starting to get to the point where we cannot take devil deals, which I know sounds like it's counterintuitive, goes against everything that we said we were going to be doing this run, but you need to come to a moment where they realize, hey, we can't just spend our whole life trying to get there. Like, if we've come across like a bedroom or something where we have the ability to get 3 more soul hearts or 2 more soul hearts, yeah, we'll think about it. Alright. And obviously if the devil deal is like the Pact or Baden, we'll probably end up buying it, because it will probably end up being worth it. Devil Sea Room? No. Well, We tried. It's gonna be the Mask of Infamy, which we're gonna be okay with, because the Mask of Infamy, we have piercing. Constellation Prize or an HP. Constellation Prize will probably give us speed, so we'll take the HP. And I do not like I have the Occult. And we will happily take our HP and go down. Under different circumstances, my enthusiasm for taking the HP would be curbed, but because we are assuredly going to get a deal, having red heart HP is more paramount than it would be normally. I really hate those bobble-headed enemies because their physics are just all over the place and you could just never tell, oh, like, is this going to be a time when they play by normal physics rules, or are they playing by like jam house rules where they just fly all over the place? That last room is a perfect example of them flying all over the place. I will give this man all of my money if it means he gives me HP. I'll be back, sir. Don't you worry. I have faith. I have faith that you're going to give us all the HP that we need to get through this run. The D20 and shoop de whoop. Fat chance. There's no way that we're going to make boss rush. So I'm not going to worry about it. There's the potato peeler. And it is with great sorrow that I leave it there on the floor, never to be seen again. Now we can much more comfortably afford a devil deal. And we probably will. Alright, we're going back. How close were we to boss rush? We were probably a minute and a half away. Hey, alright. If we clear out a couple of these other rooms, we can get more money. Sort of get him to charge our item more. Thanks, Dad. Plus, there's a lot of this floor left, I've noticed. Oh, oops. I forget sometimes that when you use the nail, it means you could break all these obstacles. I never forget when I've just used it, but I seem to always forget when I'm not using it. Shame that we don't have flying. So many possible places for the secret room. I almost feel like it's not worth looking for it. It's not in either one of these Either one of these. Here, maybe? No? Maybe down here? Let's see. Can't be there. It has to be here then, no? For a key. Yippee. Wow. Welcome to We Pay Beggars, the show where we pay beggars. Sometimes they give us stuff, sometimes they don't. Absolutely no disrespect to Charge Beggar. Yeah, Charge Beggar is a real bro, and he's charging our space item. Or in my case, my left trigger item, so that we can afford to use our nail over and over again. We have absolutely nothing bad to say about Charge Beggar. Now what we're really hoping for is that the blood bank pays out with a IV bag, so that we get another speed up and an HP up, so we can afford a 2 HP deal. But it seems to not want to, so that's fine too. And I apologize, I know this is not the most riveting play, but this is somewhat optimal, and we're just going to leave at this point. We'll probably end up taking the Polaroid if we beat Mom. The reason for that is pretty simple. I don't anticipate that we'll have very much red heart, if any red hearts, by the end of this room or the next one. The next floor, rather. Some of the best items we could find still being the Pact, Brimstone. Now, Little Harbingers really doesn't qualify as one of those. Now, we could take it, and it does provide a decent amount of damage behind the scenes, so we'll take it. It's fine. It's fine. Gotta remember we're going up to the cathedral from here because we took the Polaroid. We're gonna have a lot of trust and faith in Brainworm to be able to hit enemies that are not staring at us down. And we're going to be using the nail on cooldown to make sure that we continue to grow our HP pool. Okay. I'd say so far so good. Yep. Sometimes you just gotta say it. Just gotta say it, don't you? Can we reach him from here? Yeah. At least I think Ghost Baby can reach him from here. I am trying to keep track, by the way, of how much HP we have. And I'm pretty sure we're still at where we started. 2 chests, yes please. good old 2 monstro room, famed for its difficulty. We did almost get hit like twice against the monstros, so I'm not even gonna knock him. Double red champion polycephalus. 1 down. Both of them down. Get some bombs. Tell you what. Maybe a little full heal action going. I absolutely love the hard angle that Brainworm does employ just to like make sure that like your shot lands. It's really darling that it just like it makes a hard turn for whatever you're shooting at. I find it hard to believe it's not there. Yeah, right. I stand corrected. Okay. Dare we play some more rooms? Definitely shouldn't have gone in this room. Secret room contains 2 bombs. Oh, magic mush, where art thou? Nowhere to be found. Alright. No sweat. We'll play this boss. It's gonna be death. I'm just gonna push him right out of his first phase and bully him into submission. We'll take a speed up. As charming as Brimstone Bombs is, we do not need it, and we'll at least get 1 more Devil Deal chance for Brimstone. Actual for reals Brimstone this time. But unfortunately, more options will now no longer have a real impact on this run. We have no more boss items to pick up, unless we go to the Void, which is not likely. I don't know what part of me thought I was going to be able to do that, but here we are, you know. Didn't even see you there, bud. Yeah, I mean, sometimes those guys, they just want to hit you. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. The World Breaker. Brainworm showing off a little bit. Thank you, Dad. Alright, we will fight. It lives. The slow effect coming in. Don't remember what, but hey, I'll take it. As the kids say, we're out here. Do the kids say that? Yeah, they do. We're gonna take Whore of Babylon, a curse. A great speed upgrade, and even better damage upgrade. Every point of damage still does count, sitting at a really good 10.13. Most things at this point, 1 or 2 tapped if they're low HP enemies. And remember, we have pseudo homing. Empress. Let's check this dice room. It's a 6 room, a D100. I wouldn't reroll these items. Got confused for a second because the other daddy long legs is ours. And I suppose that did hit us. Now there are still ways to mess this run up. You know, we get hit another 5 times, run over. Our damage is quite nice, but we still have to make the normal dodges. We still have to play against these enemies that spawn on top of us, all this other nonsense that the game wants to throw at us. You know, even though we have an HP generator, we still need to live through enough rooms for the HP generator to do the job. Especially these tiny rooms with like 6 globins. Not exactly my idea of a good time. Okay. Okay then. Note to self, Isaac can spawn on top of you if he wants to. Let's go to the chest. The chest is 9-inch nails, fire mind, many eyes, and something something. Let's go crazy. We'll take all the items. Empty heart. I knew that. The fire mine is going to explode in fire when the shots land. 8-inch nails gave us a damage up and a pushing effect. Many eyes is causing our tears to shoot off in random directions. And I don't know what empty heart does. It says it multiplies, but I don't know what that means. If I remember correctly, it's something like if we start a floor, then it creates like an extra empty heart or a bone heart if we don't have any red heart HP. Something like that. It's not bad, it's just a little bit late for us because we obviously cannot go down any more floors. Hey, we found right to the boss. Cool. Neat. We even get a full charge for the road. Alright, let's go talk to him. Polaroid invincibility, saving our neck a little bit. This enemy actually is now a lot easier to fight than Isaac, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's it. That is all she wrote. Yeah, so this build, this Judas run, ended up becoming very powerful in no small part thanks to the nail, which probably got us, you know, probably by the end of this run a full rack of HP, if I'm being honest with you. So I always want to remind players to check, you know, keep a lookout for HP generators. They could definitely make your run, help manage all these enemies. You know, make it feel like you never had anything to worry about in the first place. You have so much extra HP to use, not only to protect you from losing the game, obviously, but also to allow you to pay for your deals. So I hope this run was informative for you, and I know I definitely enjoyed playing it, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Catch you later. So long, everybody.